All new at midday, the debate over gun laws in Virginia continues. Today, the Senate Judiciary Committee voted 10-5 to block the assault weapon ban bill. The committee voted to continue the bill to the 2021 session and recommend that it go to the Crime Commission for a study. Some moderate Democrats voted with Republicans, saying they needed more time before decisions were made. The bill, backed by Governor Northam, had already passed the House of Delegates 51-48. Lawmakers in both the House and Senate have already advanced several other gun control measures and should finalize passage in the coming days.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about what you just saw, which was local news coverage of the possible pending Virginia gun grab. Now, if you let the governor, Ralph Northam, you know, the blackface KKK robe wearing guy, if you let him tell it, there will be no gun confiscation. They will not go door to door and take your guns. But from what they have done as far as new quote unquote gun legislation and things they've tried to do, like the particular bill he'll get to in a moment, I can't really tell. It sure appears like they are trying to get to a point where gun confiscation is on the table and your AR-15, your handgun, or whatever you have will be taken from you. But we'll get back to all of that in one moment. Let's get to this particular House bill that has been talked about today and for a few days now. In the bill, which I will put in the description box, it aimed to ban the sale of all quote unquote assault weapons. Now, somebody may ask, ABL, what is an assault weapon? I don't really know. It was not defined in the bill. I would guess your AR-15 would fall into the assault weapon category, although there are other rifles that have the same caliber ammunition and do the same things an AR-15 does, just not as scary looking or, in my world, beautiful, but we'll move on. It does not say anything about those weapons being banned to possess. However, it does say if you have a large capacity magazine as defined as being more than 12 rounds in the mag, a silencer, aka a suppressor, because contrary to movies, it does not silence your weapon. It makes your gun less liable. We'll move on. Also, trigger activators. Now, it's not clearly defined what a trigger activator is, but I would guess anything that's similar to a bump stock or some kind of device that will automatically pull the trigger for you. All those things will be illegal to possess, not only to purchase, but also to possess. So if the police pull you over and they see for some reason a large capacity mag on your weapon or a mag on the seat of your car, you can get locked up for that. It might even be a felony offense, actually. So those things would have been made totally illegal to possess or sell or distribute. Now, this bill did not totally get scrapped. What happened was it was postponed until 2021. And then there's going to be some kind of study from a commission in the state or out of the state or whatever to see to judge the safety of the whole situation. Okay, but for right now, the AR-15 and those accessories are not banned from owning or purchasing. So there's going to be a big time spike in AR-15 purchases over the next year. Some said that the reason why it was postponed until 2021 is because of elections. Well, there's not going to be another governor race until 2022. So whoever's running in 2021 has to face that kind of question. Are you going to be a proponent of gun control or not? It can't be the current governor, Ralph Northam, running again, because you cannot run back-to-back gubernatorial campaigns in the Commonwealth of Virginia. You can be the governor again, but you can't do back-to-back terms. So it can't be Ralph Northam, but any other Democrat, Republican, or whatever will face serious questions about gun control. But we'll move on. This is a serious issue that is just one particular piece of many. Okay, this particular bill is being paused for now, but it could be resumed later and enacted or totally scrapped. There have been other things that have passed. You already can't buy more than one handgun per month in Virginia. There's already red flag laws that have passed. There have already been laws that enable localities to ban guns in certain places, like a public park or certain buildings. So there are things that have already been passed that probably shouldn't be. But I think one of the biggest ones was HB 961, because you're talking about you can't have high capacity magazine, like not even being able to own a suppressor, or else you're going to be a felon overnight. That's just the wrong thing. And to be able to ban the AR-15 from being sold totally, not a good idea at all. A lot of guys are going to have their weapon, and it's just not something you really want to do. And I think right now, like I said, there's going to be a big spike in AR-15 purchases, or anything that could be under the assault weapon category, because like I said, an assault weapon has not really been defined with a specific style of weapon in the bill. I'd assume they're talking about the AR, but I'll move on. There were some Democrats who were even on board with blocking this whole thing, at least until next year. And that would be Creigh, John Edwards, who else? Chap, Petersen, and Scott Surovell. And the last two guys I mentioned are in Fairfax, which is Northern Virginia. That's a really important thing to understand, because the reason why all these gun laws are happening in Virginia is because of Northern Virginia. It's because of DC. People want to blame immigration from other countries as the reason why people are voting Democrat more and more. And Virginia went from a red state to a purple state to a blue state in a very short period of time. But really, you got to blame American citizens that have come to Virginia from other places. A lot of New Yorkers, people from Connecticut and Jersey, also California, Florida, all over the place. They come to Virginia to live in Northern Virginia, better cost of living and or a better job. Northern Virginia is pretty expensive to live there, quite honestly, but not as bad as San Francisco or New York City. And the jobs up there kind of justify what you have to pay as far as cost of living. So that is a big reason why these laws are starting to go the way they're going. As I close, I want to say this. There are a lot of really good guys out there and girls in Virginia that are not a fan of these gun laws, and they're not going to take this thing just laying down. This election right now, if you are trying to run in Virginia and you're not a proponent of freedom, the Second Amendment, if you are not an opponent of gun control, you're going to have a big time problem, because people aren't going to want to go out there and vote for you. It's not going to be a lot of people in your corner. In Northern Virginia, it'll be easier for you to succeed, but not all over the state. And that's going to be the same thing when it comes to the governor race in 2022. 2021 next year, this would be a big moment for all Virginians. Are you going to vote in favor of Second Amendment, in favor of freedom, or are you going to vote for more gun regulation, possibly leading to gun confiscation? I don't think you want that. I think you want to be able to defend yourself and not rely upon the government to defend you, knowing full well they can't be there all the time. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think this particular House Bill 961 will come back and be passed in the future? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or is it dead right now, never to return? Will there be a shift dramatically in Virginia politics coming up this year, next year, the year after that? What are your predictions for how this whole thing ends? It's not over. We still got a long way to go in Virginia. There have been some laws that have been passed that should not be. Are we going to get those repealed? Are we going to get some real freedom happening in the state? Or are we going to go further and further down the road of just being ruled by Northern Virginia, all the Democrats up there who want to impose their way of living on us, and not how we actually need to be as Virginian citizens? Whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.